R. I feel like Jimmy Stewart at the end of It's a Wonderful Life. I want to say to all of you how truly honored I am that you all came to be here today. I mean, honestly, it's wonderful. Cindy and I were talking the other day, and one of the things that comes from almost 29 years in the Navy is home doesn't mean the same thing that it did when I enlisted. You know, home is not someplace you can drive to anymore. It's not a geographic location. The home that I lived in when I enlisted back during President Reagan's first administration, that doesn't exist anymore. The world is different. But what I found is that home is a place where you attach your heart. And I'm really happy that my home has been in the company of the people in this room. And thanks for making my home. There are a lot of providers in this room and lots of baby docs, my other children. Thanks for being my son boys, guys. And my wish for all of you is that someday in your practice, I hope you have a day as good as the day that Ellis was born was for me. The world's changed a lot in over 28 years. In 1987, the USS Stark was attacked without warning by an Iraqi F-1, and in all the hubbub that was, you know, in the media after that, they were surprised because 1987, Iraq under Saddam Hussein was our ally. The biggest threat to the United States back in those days was the Soviet Union. And then a few days before Alyson was born, the Berlin Wall came down and the Soviet Union broke up into 15 fledgling democracies. Our minds can't completely understand all of the ways that the world has changed since September 11th, but I know this. Every single person who is in the military or who has joined the military in the time since then has known that they were doing so and could be sent into harm's way. And I'm proud to have been your colleague during that time. When I was in boot camp, Great Lakes 28 years ago, I went to a class and there was a chief teaching it there. And the chief, I don't remember what the class was, but I remember this distinctly. The chief walked around and he called us all shipmate. Let me show you this, shipmates. And someone asked a question, yeah, what's your question, shipmate? I kind of got it, yeah, I was joining the Navy and ships go to sea and all that, but I thought that sounded kind of weird. But after boot camp and 2 years of nuclear power training, I went to the USS Tennessee when it was still being built up in Groton, Connecticut, on its way to being the first submarine that was going to be home ported down here in Kings Bay. And my job was going to be one of the reactor operators and to scrub the decks around the outside of the reactor compartment. And on a submarine, all hands do drills all the time. Flooding drills, fire drills, reactor drills, all the time, over and over and over. And you realize after you come out of being built and you actually go to sea that if your ship is in danger of going down, it's going to go down, it's going to take the whole crew with it. And the thing that will keep you from not going down, shipmates like Joe Williams. And I thought, wow, that chief way back in boot camp was like paying us like the greatest compliment. And after I came out of nuclear power and became a doctor, I realized that that same training that we were doing on the submarine, we were doing in the hospital, we were doing on labor and delivery, we were doing in the operating room. And our actions wouldn't be the life or death of the whole hospital, but it might be the life or death of a person or two. And so what I want to say is that I was grateful that that chief had first called me shipmate. I've worked hand in hand with half of the people in this room, and sometimes what we have done has been the difference between life or death. So I'm proud to have been your shipmate. Thank you. I salute you all. Now, on a personal note, Alyson and Lennon and Olivia, I can't say how proud you've made me, how proud you've made Cindy and I. We've shared struggles, and we have rejoiced in your triumphs. I can't wait to see how you all turn out, because you are all wonderful so far. Now I want to tell you about the most wonderful person in my life. She's not only the author of the wonderful feast that we're all going to share on the promise in just a few minutes, but she is the absolute firmament foundation of half the people in this room, me more than anybody. She was already the best cook that any of us knew before she went to Le Cordon Bleu and graduated Summa. She's the best gospel pianist you ever saw or heard. And Dave, I can't tell you how much I wish 30 years ago I could have heard you preach and heard Cindy play piano. She sings like an angel. People ask me all the time, where do you get those beautiful scrubs that you wear?
Who?
The people who know. The reason that everyone who knows Cindy loves her so much doesn't have anything to do with her talents. One of our favorite movies is To Kill a Mockingbird. And there's a scene in the movie where the children are being babysat by the neighbor woman, and they can't really understand why it is that their father has voluntarily taken on this job defending this man when it seems like everybody else in town is against it. And the neighbor woman sits them down and she says, there are just people in this world who were put here to carry burdens that the rest of us can't. And for all of us, that person's seen. I'm really grateful for all of you coming. And fanfares and flourishes have their places, but every honor that the Navy could possibly give me is nothing compared to the honor of being the husband of Cindy Ann Mark Fowler. All right, I swear we're getting close to the end here. I want to thank Captain Schaefer for coming. In 29 years almost, you see a lot of COs. You see some good ones, hopefully, and I can tell you I've seen some bad ones. And I can tell you the thing that all of the good ones had in common was this. In the medical business, they care about the patients, and they care about all the people who work for them as much as they care about themselves, more than they care about getting advanced. Now, one of the reasons I know Captain Schaefer is that she was my XO in Okinawa, and we sat this close in the boardroom in Okinawa a whole bunch of times. She's a dentist. I bet you she's a good one. The dental technician said, yeah, she is. But I tell you this, she's the best XO I ever saw, and I bet she's going to be the best CEO that this hospital's ever seen. I feel really good leaving the hospital in her hands. I want to give special thanks to Mayor Harrison for being the mistress of ceremonies, and to all the people who drove in from out of town, and all my dear friends, my music friends. Thanks for coming, George and Darren and Bruce. Thanks so much. Thanks for bringing your families. Thanks to everybody who came. I want to wish you all fair winds and following seas, and one of the things I've liked since I was, even before I came to the Navy, was the old Irish blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. Just so happens that I have a talented offspring too, Lance. Actually, I have 4 of them, but yes. But we got the guitar up here, so you have. So I'd like to introduce Alyson Fowler.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbows, why, oh, why can't I?
Flag detail, post.
Detail. Attention. Cover. 2. Right. Face. Forward. March. Mark time. Mark. Detail. Halt. About. Face.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop of the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard
with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I'm flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Saratoga, Yorktown, Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, the Philippines, Guam, Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Baghdad, and a score of places long forgotten by all but those who were with me. I was there. I led soldiers. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill on Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired, but my soldiers cheered me, and I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I am invincible. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country, and when it is by those with whom I have served in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth and stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space from my vantage point on the moon. I have been a silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but my finest hour comes when I am torn into strips to be used for bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle, when I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son. I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Dear God, long may I wave.
Winding things up here. So Alyson, stand by to pipe the side. Shipmates going ashore.
Cover. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Commander Fowler will now report to Captain Schaefer and request permission to go ashore for the last time.
Request permission to go ashore, ma'am.
Permission granted. Alyson, pipe Lieutenant Commander Fowler ashore. Lieutenant Commander, United States Navy, departing. Civilian and family departing. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony. On behalf of Dr. Fowler and his family, thank you very much for taking part in this time-honored ceremony.
Okay, this one's for Gabby. Way up